is Linda Powell with Women Data Professionals for EDM, Demystifying Data. And I'm very excited to be here today with Dessa Glasser, a good friend and colleague, to talk to us about getting position on a board and some of the what surrounds that. So,
Yeah.
Dessa, give me the 30-second background on your history.
Okay, my history. I spent a whole bunch of years in industry. I have been a chief risk officer, chief data officer, and now I sit on boards.
That's excellent. So tell me about what did you learn to best position yourself to get a position on a board?
Okay, to get a position on the board is couplefold. First, wherever you work, whatever industry you're in, learn the industry. Don't just learn your little piece of your world.
Yes.
Make sure you know the business. You know how it operates. You know how, if you're in finance, you know how the trading works. You know how operations work, etc. Just enough about it so you get the overview and you're not single-threaded initially.
Okay.
Then once you have that background, then you specialize.
Okay.
So give you an example. I'm on risk, data, and analytics. That's sort of my background. Regardless of what I did, I started modeling, I managed groups, I was risk officer, data officer, but it was always in that area. So that is what I could bring to a board right now. And you hone in on that.
Okay.
So you show the broad experience, different areas, different businesses, even if it's different industries you've worked in, but always have a theme that runs through it. So for mine, risk, data, and analytics. So I can look on that. I can look at a board, and when I'm interviewing, I can say, what are the companies that are looking for somebody in that background, that have that background? So whether it's, AI or companies are starting to get into that, it actually helps position yourself. Some people are lawyers, some people are finance people.
Yep.
You need all of them, but you need that breadth, or they're business specialists.
Okay.
So broad and then narrow.
Excellent advice. What was your biggest surprise when you joined a board?
Okay. My biggest surprise on being on the board, and it's funny because I used to present to the board, but
Yes.
I present my risk piece of it,
Mhm.
is the amount of volume of information that you have to digest before a board meeting. You usually get the information about a week ahead of time, sometimes a couple of days ahead of time, and you have to go through hundreds of pages.
Yeah.
So you have to learn what's important and what's not. At first, I'd spend all night reading, all weekend reading. But then as you go along, and you feel overwhelmed at first, because you get massive amounts of information. Some you're a specialist
Do you
in.
read the footnotes?
Some you're not. I do. I
Good
do.
for you. Good for you. Not
Especially,
everybody
because I'm risk, right? So I
Yeah.
look what a company's doing is a lot of it's in the footnotes.
Yes.
So what I learned to do is focus on what's important. What changes,
Yeah.
what doesn't. Like 10Q, 10K,
Yep.
most of the stuff doesn't change. The description about the company.
Just the
So
footnotes.
just the footnotes. Exactly. And then also I have the CFO kind of highlight some of the changes. So it's amazing. I think the surprising thing is how overwhelming it is up front. But then once you get used to it, then it's like, okay, here we go. I got it down to science. I know what to focus on. I know what my area is, and I know what I need to read to try to contribute.
Yeah. So you touched on you used to present to the board a lot.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about the differences between being on a board and being senior management that presents to the board.
Oh, that's a great one. There's big differences. You have that broad exposure, but you have to learn to hold back. When I was always an operational manager, so whether I was, running a group, whether I was doing the strategy,
Yeah.
so you're positioning, you're doing. When you're on the board, you're advising, you're guiding. Nobody is ever going to do it the way you would do it.
Yeah.
You have to say, what is good for the company? Are they moving in the right direction? And being able to advise. So not being hands-on. Like you just kind of want to, sometimes if you know an area.
Hard. It's hard not to, right?
You want to jump in and say, well, I think you should do it this way, or I think you
Yeah.
should use this software. And instead, you have to sit back and look at what other people presented. And even if it's not the way you do it, you have to say, that's good for the company. And you also have to learn how to challenge.
Yeah. Okay.
When you're a senior manager, sometimes people are afraid to challenge you, or sometimes you can't afford that disruption. But you have to know when to speak up, when to challenge, and that's your role. Your
Okay.
board is to challenge what's being presented to you, make sure that they have the answers, that you need to be comfortable that the right decisions are being made.
Well, I heard a great mantra recently that people get frustrated when they get challenged about things, but the mantra is challenge is engagement. So if people are challenging you, they're engaged. So it's great to know
Very
that you're
good.
challenging. You're very engaged.
Yeah.
So we're here at Data Vision, EDM's Data Vision. So I think we're going to go off and watch some more discussions about data. So
Yes.
thanks for joining me, Dessa.